felt like I could do this video because if you've been keen and watching me for a while, you would have heard me mention that it took me 2 weeks to get a job when I came to Dubai. Yes, it's crazy. Lots of people don't believe me when I say it, but yes, it took me 2 weeks. And recently, I said it in my recent video about the pregnancy, update, miscarriage, all of that. I mentioned that I lost my job because my company closed down. And in the space of 3 weeks, I got another job. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're very much welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about how to get a job fast in Dubai. First disclaimer, the tips I'm going to be mentioning in this video, they have worked for me. They may not 100% be applicable in all situations, but I definitely think that if you have these tips, at the back of your mind when you're applying for jobs or, job searching in Dubai as a whole, you will definitely find something because trust me, these have worked for me. Jump straight into the video. The first tip I would love to talk about is to, when you're applying for a job, sit down, make a list of online of websites basically for jobs. There are so many. You've got from Indeed to Job Rapido, Golf Jobs, Naukri Golf. There are so many. Ask people around you for the ones they know of, because trust me, I may know maybe 10 and somebody else is going to know maybe 2 that I didn't think of. So ask around you, make a list of these websites. From there you can create your profile on all of these websites. Yes, you need to be patient, you need to maybe sacrifice a day or 2 to actually create profiles on all of these websites. And of course, when you're creating a profile, there are some key points to take into consideration. 1, you need to put a picture, a professional picture of you. No cleavage, please. First things first, if you are a lady, of course, your hair is supposed to be neat. And if I would recommend, probably do like a ponytail, like pull your hair back so the employer can see your face. Of course, do, light makeup, no big hoop earrings. You have to look professional. So I guess you understand what I'm talking about. If you're a guy, of course, you're supposed to, your hair is supposed to be neat as well. Your beard is supposed to be kempt as well. So the next tip I noticed while job searching was the fact that there were key hours when you're applying for jobs. What do I mean by key hours? There are hours within the day when new jobs are posted on all of these websites I mentioned in the first point. Yes, I noticed early in the morning. When I say early in the morning, at about 8 a.m., I guess that's where the managers got into the offices and they put up these jobs. I also noticed at about 4-5 p.m. I don't know why, but I noticed that as well. And also I noticed at about 8 p.m. I guess that's when the human resource people or whoever uploads these jobs, that's when they are leaving the office. If you don't know, the reason why these key hours are important is because let's say a job is uploaded 5 minutes ago, I am the first person to apply. There is a 90% probability that my CV is going to be viewed. When an employer views your CV, you have a high chance of being called for an interview. And if you nail that interview, boom, you've got the job. So yeah, that's another point I wanted to talk about. Let's talk about this point. It is really important, your CV. There's no need knowing key hours, creating all the profiles in the world if your CV is not on point. What are the things that are supposed to be on your CV? I would say you should include a picture. Again, a professional picture on your CV. That's really important. Trust me, if there's a picture on your CV and the employer gets to see what you look like to begin with, yes, your physical appearance matters a lot when you're looking for a job. Yes, my physical appearance has mattered a lot in the jobs I've been called for or hired for. Yeah, so your physical appearance is important. Include a picture on your CV, and at the top as well, include your achievements. It really boosts your CV. if an employer could pick that up and see like achievements, like boom, this point, you achieved this, you picked up this job and the sales were at this point. So at the end of your contract, the sales went up to this point. You proposed this strategy, it was implemented, and this boosted the sales, or this boosted exposure, the company's exposure, the footfall of the shop. All of those things, list maybe 4 or 5 achievements. This definitely worked, trust me. Another point I would say when it comes to looking for a job in Dubai is to know your CV. How embarrassing does it get? You apply for a job, an employer is impressed with what you've put on your CV, you're called for an interview, you get there, you're asked a question, he's looking at your CV and he's like, oh, so at this point, what is your experience, what do you have to say about this? And you're like, on a chance of 100, you may have lost your chance just because you sounded unprofessional, you looked unprofessional. Why would you write something on your CV that you don't know? It would give the employer an impression that somebody else wrote your CV. That's not strange. Lots of people do it. Somebody else could write a CV for you and you show up for an interview. So you are supposed to know everything that is written on your CV. On your fingertips, you're supposed to know everything. Take time and sit down and study your CV. The next tip as well has to do with the CV. When you're applying for jobs, of course, you get to Dubai. Let's say you leave your home country, you come over to the UAE, United Arab Emirates, and you're looking for a job. Let's say you're keen, you're looking for maybe a sales job, you're looking for an administrative job, and all of that. Different CVs for different job opportunities. You can't be looking for a sales job and the key points on your CV are all about administration. No. I bet you may be the right person for that job, but somebody else who has put the right information on the CV, depending on what type of job they are looking for, will get called for an interview and you won't. So have different CVs for different job applications. If you're looking for administration, put administration experiences on that CV. If you're looking for sales, yes, you may put a few key points about administration on a sales interview, but focus on your sales experience. That is really, really crucial if you want to get a job fast in Dubai. Of course, the next thing is, yes, you get called for an interview and you get there. How do you prepare to go for an interview? How do you look? Your physical appearance. Like I said, the physical appearance matters a lot. You would hear a few girls going like, I don't wear makeup, I'm not into makeup. Sweetheart, you're going to have to slap makeup on your face. You don't have to wear a full face of makeup. You just need to look nice. Trust me, the first interview I went for, no, not the first, the second, and I landed the job. Like 5 minutes after I left that interview, I got a call. And she went like, hi Jade, blah, blah, blah. If you want the job is yours. During that interview, one of the people that were interviewing me, one of my bosses, she looked at me, she was like, I love your lipstick. That lipstick is fierce. Trust me, I wore my ruby woo on that day. I just felt like, why not? She was like, I love your lipstick. It made me feel good. You get it? She noticed that I was wearing makeup. Your physical appearance really matters. Your hair, like I said, it depends though. I wouldn't say for all job interviews. Sincerely, some are not that serious. I wouldn't lie. Some are so chill, you wouldn't believe you're at an interview. I could go for, depending on what type of job again, I would go with this hair, for example, like my kinky hair, but other jobs, for example, stating it crystal clear, like an Emirates interview, sweetheart, pull that hair back into a ponytail, like a high ponytail, do like a simple face bead, put on something professional, again, no cleavage, little or no cleavage, and of course, if you are a guy, cut your hair, you need to visit the barber, you need to groom your hair, your beard. Emirates interviews, most often the guy, you don't even need beard to go for that interview. Let me give you a tip. If you've been called for an Emirates interview or you're preparing for one, yes, you probably have to shave that off. Don't be scared, don't be afraid to negotiate your salary. I am telling you, I've had crazy experiences. My first job in Dubai, the salary that was placed besides that job on the website I applied for was not something, you know, striking. I went ahead and applied for it. This tip really came from my husband. The credit goes to him. He was like, apply. I applied, I was called, and he was like, you know what, when you get there, don't be afraid to quote the salary you want. Trust me, don't be afraid. I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. I got there, was done in my interview. I got the call that if I wanted a job, it was going to be mine. And then I was like, okay, that's nice. Oh, of course, during the interview, they asked for my expected salary. Your girl quoted one hell of an amount. I quoted an amount, and they were like, oh, okay. Did you see the amount I've written besides this job online? I was like, yes, I saw it, but you asked for my expected amount. This is my expected amount. There's no harm in saying my expected amount. So when it came to negotiating, when it came to salary, they quoted what they could pay me, and I didn't just go like, yes, yeah, I'll take the offer. I was like, why don't we do this or do that or do this or do that? And at the end of the day, we settled on an amount that favored your girl. So yes, don't be afraid to, you know, quote your expected salary and to try. You just have to try, though. It's not all jobs will give you that that freedom to negotiate your salary grant. But in a case where there's a 1% chance you can negotiate your salary, do you negotiate that salary? You never know if the company is going to go in favor of what you're asking of them. This other tip that worked for me when I moved here was, like I said, I'm so sorry to say this, but I don't do open day interviews. Yes, it has worked for other people, but for me, I don't have the patience, I don't have the energy to go for open day interviews. If you don't know what an open day interview is, it's like this interview where every and anybody can come in with their CV. I'm so sorry, I didn't attend any of those. I just didn't feel like, I didn't want to. Instead, what I did was, I woke up in the morning, dressed the part, looked as if I was going for an interview, printed copies of my CV, and I went to malls with my CV in hand. And do you know what? Actually, one day I went to Dubai Mall. I didn't have the printed version of my CV. I walked into this shop, like really hard, like one of those big brands, and coincidentally the manager was there. I walk in, I'm like, hi, I'm job searching, can I have your HR's email? I would like to forward my CV, blah blah blah. And the manager walks out and he's like, oh, hi, so you're looking for a job? I was like, yes sir, I am. He's like, do you have your CV yet? We could have an interview. Lo and behold, Dolly didn't have her CV, like a printed version of her CV. I was like, damn, I missed this chance. You see what I mean? You just have to be creative in how you go about this job search. Don't follow like the norm. Don't do what everybody does. You can, you know, do it differently. You can go to the mall with your CV. You never know who you're going to meet. You never ever know who you're going to meet. And that takes me to my next point. Ask everyone around you. Don't be afraid to ask. Ask people. Just ask anyone you meet, like, oh, I'm job searching. Do you know of any opportunities? You will be surprised in Dubai who is going to help you with an opening somewhere. The last point I would love to talk about is, don't take this website, LinkedIn. It's that website, you could get an amazing job off there. People sleep on it, but it is really great. Create a profile on LinkedIn, put your experiences, just profile yourself in a nice way, in a unique way. You may be surprised. Lots of people have found jobs off that social media platform. Because if you didn't know, lots of employers check out your social media before hiring you. Yes, they do. Actually, the recent job I had, the employer, like the owner, she spoke to me and she's like, oh, I see you have a YouTube channel. I was like, did I include that on my CV? I was thinking to myself, like, I don't think that's on my CV. And I don't know, I think I mentioned it a lot, and she laughed. She was like, no, you didn't mention it, but I did my research and I found that you have a channel. Be careful what you put on social media. Be able to profile yourself the way you want an employer to see you. So yeah, those are all the tips I have for you. Honestly, finding a job in Dubai is not the easiest thing. It takes some people 3 months. It takes some people 6 months. It takes others, like myself, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah, every experience is different for other people. Surround yourself with the right people. I don't know if I mentioned this. That's one big mistake lots of people do when they come to Dubai. You come to Dubai, you surround yourself with people that maybe will tell you, no, you have to start from somewhere. The best job you get will be a job of maybe what, $200. What would $200 do for you monthly? Nothing. Surround yourself with the right people. I'm not even going to start this topic right here, this video, this thing where Cameroonians sell opportunities. Meaning, I am working somewhere and there's an opportunity. Instead of telling my fellow Cameroonian or brother or sister, I tell them, there's this opportunity, but I'm going to sell it. Pay me and I'll give you more information. What the hell? Who does that? Like, who does that? Cameroonians. We need to be one. We need to support our own. That's why you see other nationalities. You walk into a company, you see a lot of Indians, a lot of Filipinos, a lot of this, that. When it comes to Cameroonians, hell no. Literally, you see just one Cameroonian working an entire company, like a huge company. Why? Why, oh why? In Toke Makinwa's voice. Yes, guys, that's everything I wanted to talk about today. I hope that these tips help you. I really, really hope that you use these tips and you get to find a decent and a good job in Dubai, because they have worked for me. Thank you for watching this video. If you have not clicked that subscribe button, go right ahead, click the subscribe button. See you guys in my next video. Bye.